Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Krishna. Let me see. What are the messages from Lord Shiva? God has a message. Okay, so it's about Lord. If you have ever worshipped or any way you have called divine to help you, divine is trying to tell you if you try to call any divine power, you will have the response or you will feel that connection. But is it good enough every time you have to call God? Your way of spirituality or the way you used to live was never calling God. You never called God for everything. You always called Him when you actually needed nothing. You just want some, you know, when you're broken, when you have something very intense, or you something is going on which you cannot share to people. That's how you lived your life. Divine was never a helping hand or a power source of something that you can extract some. That's how the message is. So if that is the way you used to live, then you should not change that way. That's the whole game here. Now, God is trying to tell you, we are there, but we trust you so much. We trust you so much. If you are there, you will make things possible. Don't call us again and again. It is not your dharma to call the God again and again because it's against your own will. So if you're calling God again and come and please do this, you never called God for anything. But somebody is trying to tell you, do this, do that. It means that either something is wrong or you don't understand yourself or you don't, if there is nothing which is wrong, then you have to say this very bluntly, what went wrong in this situation, whatever situation you are in, whatever went wrong, something went wrong, and that was you understood yourself as a spiritual person or a devoted person. No tax should be there. There should be no tax. And then you will see whatever people say as spirituality is a way of living. And it's a very it's ancient way of living. Okay, so if that is the way of living, then how can you say that you will become somebody else, you will do something else? Because there is a question, whatever is awakening. Awakening means you will become who you are, whatever is your true form. When you have a vision of God or whenever you see God, what is written in the scriptures? It is always referred that you will become, you will attain your true form. What is your true form? So whatever will be your true form, you have to accept it and live by it. So now divine is telling you, I don't want you to worship with all of powers, and I don't want you to go to a lot of temples and preach something and teach something, but only thing I want is the way you live can be a preaching, the way you talk can be a example, the way whatever you are doing, conducting, if that is happening with a lot of the way you are, whatever the kind of person you are, that is enough for God. Okay, so God is trying to tell you that is enough, but are you going to preach it, or are something is appreciated, whatever you are doing, something is appreciated, but there is a purpose for whatever you have to do in life. So God is trying to tell you everybody is born for a purpose, and that purpose is like, it's like a river which has to go through a passage. There is a path, and then there will be ocean. But when the inner journey or whatever is your spirituality that is fulfilled, then you have to see what is something that I can offer, or I can do, or what is needed, or what is the I am, what kind of vessel or what kind of medium I can be to channel an energy, or whatever divine is urging you to do or telling you to do, whatever is your guidance. Now God is telling you sometimes it's better to show the light, and that light should not be a very you don't have to be enlightened enough, but the light can be, you have lived your life after whatever situation has happened, whatever comes your way, but the way you have crossed that barrier is enough. So the way you have lived your life, that itself is enough. So you don't have to preach something. You have already the wisdom that you have, and whatever is the gift, whatever is given by the God and divine is enough for you. Then you will see it was the best thing that was given to you. It was the best. God gifted you with something which you cannot compare yourself with. Okay, so that is the thing. But if I have to go back to what I was trying to explain, there is something about your the way you conduct yourself, the way you appear to the world. That is wrong. Not wrong. That is, you have two faces. Either you can be morally correct, or you can be spiritually intact. So there is something, how can I be spiritually correct and intact, and how can be morally correct? Then these are the two questions. Now the question is being answered, and the answer is, what is the basis of everything? That the basis is, do you know what you are doing? If you know what you are doing, it's good. You don't have to explain. And if you know what you can do or what you have to do personally, it's a personal life, then it's also good. It's great. If these two things are clear, you are done with whatever we can say as God, spirituality, divine, because that's the only question that you have to get an answer of. What is next? What divine is trying to. But if you have a gift, or if you have a power, or whatever you have, and it's guidance from the God that this is what you have to do, you should not be ashamed of who you are. If God is telling you come and sit on the throne, just go. If he's telling you go and be a beggar, be a beggar. So if God is trying to tell you, you have a great responsibility which you have to fulfill, and for that I can wreck you, I can mold you, I can do whatever I want, then you should be ready for that. And what is the responsibility? The responsibility is, sometimes your answers are not good enough for yourself. Sometimes you want something else also. Something else is also calling you to do for maybe something which matters, or for people, or for something around you. Why? Because you are so fulfilled, you want to share. You are so fulfilled, you want to share. Or you are such a person who cannot, you have to walk a path because it was a continuation, and now this lifetime can be a further continuation. But if we cannot do this to anyone, or it's not a truth that can be applied, or it's not a generalized message. If that is true to you, if you understand this can be a concept, then only you can walk the path. If you don't understand this and you are only here, what is my truth, what I can do, then you should not do that right now. But there will be a time when your purpose will be calling you. There will be a time, or if it is still there, if your heart is calling you, or there is something, a voice or a guidance, whatever is there, and your heart is telling you to, I have to do something for someone or something or people, or there is something which is calling you, you have to accept it. And that acceptance will be, maybe you can be connected with a goddess. Maybe knowledge or preaching or whatever is there. If something is calling you that way, then you have to go. You have to walk that path. That's the guidance. What is blocking you? What is blocking your path? The only you don't want to mend with people, or you don't want to connect with a lot of people, because there are some people who want to have some conversation, or they want to connect with you, they want to have a heart to heart, what is conversation with you, just to know what you are feeling, what are you thinking. But that connection is not happening, that connection is not there. Why? Something within you is dead. It's dead. But it's not there. It has to come alive, because that is the guidance here. Is what kind of metaphoric statement it can be? Somebody is alive and then they are dead. You are doing everything knowingly. It's your either a mastery over something that you can hide something from people, or What is that? You're a good actress? That we can say you're a good actress? Or what is hidden? Nothing is hidden. Just be honest with yourself. If you like some people, it's fine. If you don't like people, that's also fine. But the truth is, the brutal truth is, there are some things, which, there can be something which is still hidden. And when that will be revealed, you will be shocked and surprised. It was never a forbidden thing, or nothing was forbidden. It was simply, are you ready? Are you ready? You can have a glorious past. We can have a glorious history. But in the present, whatever we are doing right now, we can completely destroy that. So if you have lived a prosperous life and you want to destroy that beauty, that's not acceptable, because your fate will not allow you to do this. You have to do something, and you will be doing it. But what is making you this stupid person? Lovers. Okay, so you know there is some connection, or there is a connection that you can work. It can be any connection, but there is a connection that you can work for, or you have to uh, do something for, and you're not ready. That's the last thing, or there's a last stage. It is the most difficult part. The last stage is, you have to be with somebody you don't like. Maybe in last lifetimes there was some misunderstanding, or there was something which was very disturbing, and it disturbed your peace. When you see that person, that's the truth. However much you love your partner, when you look at the partner, something will enrage you. It will have so much. Okay, so this can be a situation. Let's move further. What is the message from Lord? Okay, so messages from Shivji. Okay, so this can be a situation. Now, God is trying to tell you, you can only win this thing when your intentions are pure. Why there is something wrong with you, why your intention is not correct, or why there is something is tricking you, or you are tricking yourself. What is happening to you? That's a very brutal truth that can come for you. As if you're a female, if you're feminine, if energy is very feminine, then okay, the brutal truth is, why do you feel this person is not good enough for you? The answer will be, the person was good enough, or this can be a reality whenever the situation comes around. This person is good enough, you are good enough. The problem is, somebody told you this lie. And this can be when people see two lovers, or some people, you are good looking, that person is maybe that this way, that way. Opinions. You always valued opinions, especially feminines, females, girls, friends. You should be very much aware about their opinions, because you are a person. If you have to deal with this karma, you have to understand, you have to reject everything or everyone's opinion and choose this person. That's your karma. Okay. So, what can be a possible healing, or what can be a possible reason why you're running away from this connection? The only possible healing is, even if this partner has a temperament or a nature, the only problem I can see here is, you don't know how to stand your ground and speak your wisdom, or speak your truth, and that is that's a little thing. It's a push from God. How many times I have told you, when you are speaking something, nobody can cross that, but you always have this doubt. Take my seat, take this position, you come, you sit. This time I will torture you so much. This time I will torture you so much, you will understand. The only a little thing that you can do, not in our profession only, also in your personal life, when something is being said, or somebody is saying something against you, you must stop that and say, this is not right. Whatever you are saying, it might be true for you, but it's not the truth. You think something is the truth, but the truth can be something else. So if you know your truth, you should not be silent. Now, this is the wisdom you have to do. You have to stand your ground and speak your truth. Now, what is your, maybe there is a partner. I mean, yes, obviously there will be somebody. This person's healing is, they are done with their healing part. They have healed themselves. The only healing they want is just be innocent with me, just be honest with me, just be like a child with me, or be childlike. Don't try to act like you are the smartest person, because I don't like arrogant people. But he understands one thing: whatever you say, I have no problem. Whatever you are saying, this person has no problems. Your attitude, your ego, pride, nothing has any problem. The only problem is, don't try to become like somebody else. Don't try to be like someone else. I don't like that. I will not accept that. The problem with this connection is there is no problem. The problem is when somebody is trying to create a problem, you think it can be a problem. And somebody can show, I have a lot of emotions for this man, that man, then that cannot be a problem. That should not be a problem to you. When somebody, it's a message from God. This is the worst lesson any woman or any girl or anyone should go, or any man should go through, when there is a third person in a story. When that person is not even a third person. They're just a person. It's like in English, I, me, you, whatever that third person is. So in the third person case, you think that is the person who your partner likes, and you think like it's like you are misunderstanding this person to be with someone else, and that kind of misunderstanding is there. But actual misunderstanding is, there was no one who could have done something, or there is nothing that I can say or anybody can say this relationship has suffered. Nothing. The worst part is, they have suffered, or you have suffered a misunderstanding, and that is, somebody can be there. Somebody can do something. No. If two people are in love and they are ready to take their stand, nobody can be there. And if there is something then divine will do something, or you will have the guidance. But if you are saying, I will be there, I will not be there, what kind of guidance is this? What kind of stupidity you can do? So fate favors, what is that quote? Love favors the brave. That's the guidance from God. If you are with yourself, I am with you. If you are not with yourself, then I'm not with any stupid fool person who can go and ask to people, please help me, please do something to me.